build a home now. I mean, that's what it is, but I just hope it wasn't overlooked at that time.
Well, I know, like I said, this was done in consultation with Jerry and Dennis, and Jerry and Dennis do the type of plan review, the outside plan review for many other communities too, and they do have access to all the different fees, and I think basically what they did was they brought it in line with those of us that are around us.
Should have done this before Meadowview was being built.
Yeah,
They would have paid for our city hall.
we made 541 homes. We made a ton of money off of Meadowview.
I know.
I have a question, and Mayor, I don't know if you have an answer or if you would know, but I do notice that with, like, say, electrical or whatever, plumbing, it starts out, new homes, 0 to 2,000 square feet, $150 is the base amount. Then you go down to the next one, and it's 2,001 to 3,000 square feet, the base amount's $170. And all these are plus 15 cents a square foot, so I was just wondering, why are the base amounts increasing when we're also adding on per square foot?
One more time?
So item G, say electrical. I mean, this is in all of, like, it's in HVAC too, but it says new homes, item 4 under G. 0 to 2,000 square feet, it's $150 is the base amount, plus 15 cents per square foot. You go down to the next one, it's 2,001 to 3,000 square feet. That base amount's $170 plus 15 cents a square foot. And each one goes up by $20. I was just wondering if we're charging by the square foot, why is the base amount increasing also? And it was like that before. I just don't know the answer.
So I think she's asking why is there
Why
an
is-
incremental difference?
Why isn't the base amount just the same?
of the base amount? Yeah.
That's beyond me.
But you see what I'm asking, right?
Well,
I'm just wondering.
No, this is for 1, 2, 3 bedroom houses. Well, you know what? I think put it on first read, and then if Dan can be here the next meeting, so he can answer some of these questions,
Right,
because I
that's
don't
what
expect the mayor to.
Right.
to
And I
know
don't
all
expect you to
this.
know this answer either, but that's why I'm saying I don't know if you have an answer. I just was noticing, I didn't know why that would be for charging by the square
you're
foot
on
on top.
page 9, is that correct?
Right now, I brought my one from last time, so I'm on page 1 right here.
She's on 14904.
14904, section G electrical, but it is also section O
Yeah,
HVAC.
Well,
They're all that way.
So what you're saying is you're looking 0 to 2,000, 150, 170, 190,
Right.
225.
Right, I'm just
But we
wondering-
we didn't raise up the square footage.
Well, I'm just saying we're charging per square foot on top of the base amount, but the base amount is also increasing incrementally by each category. I was just wondering why, if we're charging by square foot, why that's also going up. And it's been that way. It was like that before. The price is just higher.
Well, I don't know why they would have changed it if that's the way that it was before. I mean, when you're talking 1,000 square foot in a home, you're talking probably three or four additional rooms, okay? And that means the ceiling lights, the walls, the electrical. I mean, you're doing a whole lot more inspecting. You're also covering a lot more area.
But that's why we're charging by the square foot. And like the base fee, if you the base fee is just all right, this is the base fee for us to show up, $150. And then the square foot charge is what we're charging to inspect the square footage. So why do you need a higher base fee for a 3,000 square foot house as you do for a 2,000 square foot house when you're making more on that anyway because you're charging per square foot? I think that's her point, is that the base fee should just be a set. But again, why don't we just ask Dan this stuff?
Well,
He'll
right.
have a
I'm sure
better
Dan would have a
understanding.
better idea of what the answer would be.
Yeah.
He's not here, so we can't ask him.
That's fine.
I'd like to make a motion to send this to tonight's regular council as first read.
Yep.
Second?
Go first and a second to send this to tonight's regular council meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, this item has been moved to tonight's regular council meeting for first read.
Real quick,
Yes.
Ms. Glenn, can somebody ask Mr. Dan, I don't want to mess up his last name, but if he could be here next week?
Yeah,
know
I
this
will.
was
He was supposed to be here. I don't know why he's not here.
Okay, just let him know that council has some questions, so.
Okay.
Thanks.
Item B, T7696, purchase of new sewer vac truck. Mr. Bill Miller.
Yeah, we've been demoing a few of these. This is in the 5-year plan. The actual sewer jet on the front end of the service department will buy it because water would never use that. That's strictly for storm waters. We don't have other sewers. The water's strictly gonna, right now with the newer developments getting older, hydro excavating is the way to go. We still dig with the machine, but it's much safer for the guys to go out. You can actually take this thing, use water in the back, shoot, find the gas line, find the electric line, and even find the house service before we dig, so we don't rip anything up or put anybody in jeopardy. So it's a huge, huge savings in that. It's more efficient, makes us more efficient. The other part that we will get more efficient in, we use the trench box safety all the time. Now, currently, when we dig a hole, we dig down to the water main, we gotta put the box in. We gotta pull the box back out, we gotta dig a little bit more, dig some more, put the box back in. So once we get the first dig in and that box in with this machine, we actually use it like a huge vac. You spray water and you just suck all the dirt away from all the utilities. And then we can get in and do repairs for it. So it's a much better, safer operation for us. It's well needed. It'll be used. I mean, in the winter, obviously, when it's freezing, it's only gonna be used when it's needed. It is in the budget, and we did plan on the lease agreement budget numbers for the next few years coming up for 5 years.
Mr. Ring.
Thank you, Ms. Glenn. I just had why are we, is it just because we don't have the capital, but why would we enter into a lease agreement and pay interest and that type of stuff when we could just buy it?
I think a lot of it was because of the water lines projects coming up.
Okay.
And we didn't want to expend all the money. We figured we could
So
pay
we-
the yearly thing. We did put the big down payment to drop that payment, so it's minimal.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So this was just more of a budgetary?
More of a budget issue
Okay,
on that end of it.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question.
Mr. Mishniak.
The header says $500,000 not to exceed, but then the body of it says 172,000. You see that?
So the down payment from the water is 172,000, and from the service department, the 401.5/157.43 would be the 80,000. So the total amount financed would be the 262.
Yeah, so add those together, it's the 514 in
And yet,
section 1.
But when we don't even own it at the end?
Yeah.
No, we own it.
Yeah, it's a municipal lease, we own it.
I thought you said leased. I'm like, wait a second.
But the least
No,
divide.
after the 5th payment, it's ours. So.
Okay, so the entire thing, and you price these out, you bid them, or what'd you do?
We actually demoed 3 different units.
Were they all
Actually,
about this
4.
price range?
They were all in there. They're all similar, close. This was the best deal and the most user-friendly with the guys.
How long a truck like this last you?
This is gonna last easily 15 to 20 years.
Okay.
So that's the goal out of this machine.
Yeah, I see.
With those different prices.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Hannon.
What's the payment on it, do you know? Do you know like how long? I might have missed it, but
I believe it was like 60,000, somewhere, don't hold me, somewhere right around that for the 5 years.
per year?
I didn't,
Are you asking the interest?
Just like the payment
the total payment
per year.
was like 59 or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be around 60,000 every year with the principal and interest.
Perfect. Thank you.
Will that payment be split between the water and in service then also, or
No,
like the
it's
down payment?
strictly the 80,000 is the only thing coming out of service.
Okay.
The rest of it will be coming out of the water.
Okay, thank you.
If there's no further discussion, I'll make a motion to move this to tonight's full council.
I'll second.
I have a first and a second to move this to tonight's regular council meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, this item has been moved to tonight's regular council meeting. Citizens' comments. I don't see any citizens' comments. Announcements. A regular council meeting will immediately follow this meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
First and second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, this meeting is adjourned.
second. Whenever you're ready. I'm still shuffling. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. I'd like to call this regular council meeting of Monday, December 9th, 2024 to order. Bridget, please call roll.
Ms. Wagner?
Here.
Ms. McDaniel? Present. Ms. Glenn?
Here.
Mr. Ring?
Here.
Mr. Michniak?
Here.
Mr. Hannan?
Here.
Mr. Lombardo?
Here.
Hopefully.
Item 3, disposition of minutes. There are none. Item 4, citizens' comments. Young ladies, no comments? Okay. Item 5, reports, communications from departments, boards, and commissions. And I have a note for Mr. Amalia, if you'd like to.
Thank you, President Ring. It's got a nice ring.
Nice night.
But
Bada boom.
I'd like to request a special finance committee meeting for a one-item agenda, followed by a regular council meeting on next Monday, December 16th, for the purposes of implementing a tax increment financing district over a parcel.
So like come in for one issue?
Yeah.
We had discussed this previously, and everyone seemed amenable to it at that time.
On the 16th? Yeah, I remember talking about
Everybody available?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, what, 7?
7?
You can do it whenever you
You
want.
can do it whatever time, but
Maybe 6.
Yeah, that's my boss's retirement party, but I think it starts at 4.
Oh.
4:30, so I can probably make it. You need 6 votes?
Yep,
Yes, sir.
You'll need a special council
yeah.
as well.
Can we do 7:30? Would that be all right?
I can't.
You can't?
I have to work.
You can't do 7:30?
I can't I think someone else is already off.
You can't
Do
do 7
7?
either? Okay.
But that's only me.
I can't either.
You can't
You
either?
can't be off?
Oh.
We don't have enough votes anyways for Monday.
Can it be,
I could be here before then, but
I
not
can be here
after
early.
7:30.
Can you be here at 7, Tony?
Yeah.
Can you be here at 6?
I
Because
can be
if
here.
we have 6 without you, can you be here at 6?
Yeah.
Then we can just do it at 6 and you don't even have to bother.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I'll entertain a motion to place a special finance committee meeting at 6 PM on December 16th with Patrick's TIF agreement as the topic.
You want to include the special one?
Yeah, we'll do that one separate.
Council
Yeah, we'll,
separate?
yeah.
Okay.
I'll make the motion.
second?
A first and a second to have a special finance committee meeting at 6 PM next Monday. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, we will have that. I also entertain a motion to have a regular council meeting immediately following the special finance meeting on 12/16.
So moved.
Second.
No, special council meeting, I guess. So moved,
Mary Ann.
Mary,
Me.
Ms.
Second by
Glenn.
me.
Second, Mr. Hannan. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that is set. 6 PM.
Thank you.
All right, start on this side of the room. Chief Wayne, anything fun?
I'm sure some of you probably heard, we had our Shop with a Cop over the weekend on Saturday. Fortunately, we were able to get some extra volunteers. State Highway Patrol sent quite a few members. Wyndham PD also participated. We had members from the fire department as well as City Hall came out to help. Ended up taking, I think, close to 28 kids this year. It is organized chaos, but it really is one of the most fun days of the year. If you guys ever have the opportunity, I really suggest you take part in it. There's nothing better than when you have a 6-year-old tell you that the day was the most amazing day of his year, unsolicited. Nobody's, telling him he's not going to get his presents or he's going to get them if he tells you how the day is. And most of them are pretty honest about what they think. So it was a great day. On a not so positive note, and just as a weird kind of warning for everybody. Anybody that's walks pedestrian-wise, even if you have the go-ahead for the crosswalk, please use extra caution. Just prior to coming here, we had a pedestrian got struck at the intersection of Frost and 43. They had the cross signal, but an individual person is very easily hidden behind what we call as the A-pillar, which is just the column between the windshield and the front door. And some of those bigger SUVs, I don't even know what kind of car it was that struck them. Fortunately, it was really slow speed, but that pillar will hide a lot. And pedestrians, even if you have the right-of-way, you don't win against a car. Fortunately, this one is, the pedestrian's going to be okay, probably not going to be walking easily for quite some time, but all things considered, if it would have been a little bit higher speed, we'd probably be looking at a little bit different outcome. So I know people have the right-of-way to cross, but just extra caution, especially when it's dark, it's rainy out, people cannot see you, and we definitely don't want to take any more pedestrian crashes. And that's all I got.
Thank you. Captain Novotny, anything?
The chief did give me a long laundry list of things to go over with you.
We're sure.
Not surprised there.
For the sake of the meeting and everybody else in the evening, I'll cut that short. We did have the pleasure of participating in with Shop with a Cop. We also did have a great county training that we participated in electric vehicle training, specifically strategy and tactics on those type of vehicles. We did complete 100% of our fire inspections throughout the city, so all the businesses have all been inspected 100%. And we look forward to this Saturday coming up where we get to deliver Santa Claus on the fire truck to the community. So we love participating in that and doing that, and we know that the citizens really get enjoyment out of that, and we look forward to this coming up Saturday.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything from the law today?
No, I have nothing at this time.
Yeah, let's go to the big table. Mr. Meininger?
Yeah, so we do have over 640 presents that we dropped off on Saturday, about 350 some stops, so about 2 presents per stop. With Zone 2 being our largest, it'll probably take over 2 hours or so just to do Zone 2 again. So a lot of coordination, a lot of volunteers. The Beta Club from the high school stepped up. We have 8 new volunteers from the high school that will be helping us out this year. So we are excited about that. Yeah, and I apologize about the cold weather for the holiday lighting. It was, I think, just a little too chilly at 20 degrees with the winds. We probably would have not had a lot of fun. So, anything else you need from us, give us a call. And we'll be out there to do so.
Thank you. Patrick?
On Wednesday morning, we will be meeting with our partners at the county and the township for the annual Joint Economic Development District meeting. You are more than welcome to attend.
Thank you. John C.
Thank you, council, for moving forward with adoption of the short-term residential rental regulations in my absence. Working with Andre to get an application put into CitizenServe for the new regulations, with the goal to have that completed by the time that the regulations are effective. We know we've got operators out there that are chomping at the bit to make application and start operation under the regulations, so working on that. Just wanted to wish everybody on council a very happy holiday.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Justin?
Thank you, Mr. Ring. Speaking of pedestrian safety, the mayor and I have been working on we were working on a concept and design for installing a crosswalk by city center. So right where this traffic signal is now, we will eventually have pedestrian access to the other side of the road so that, you know, moms aren't dragging their kids across the street to go get a cup of coffee or get their hair done, or guys too. So that is something that is in the works. I met with the owner of the building where the Chamber of Commerce used to be, and he is supportive of changes to his property so that we can get sidewalk across his property to connect Chase to Human Beat. So that is something that we are working on now. The floor for City Hall, hopefully I'm not stealing your thunder, but is hopefully going to be poured tomorrow at 5 a.m. So we need to get that in tomorrow. Otherwise, it kind of holds everything else up. We can't start getting walls up until that happens. We did run out of time to test the splash pad, so that has been put off till spring, unfortunately. And I will be coming in the next, hopefully, not the next meeting, but the first meeting in January for some stormwater code changes. Our code has not been updated in quite a long time, and permit language from the EPA that affects that code has changed multiple times since then. So that'll be coming across to your folks' desks. That's all.
Very good, thank you. Mr. Miller?
I have nothing.
Kara? Anything from finance?
Just year-end procedures are coming up. The year-end is approaching quickly, and we're getting everybody's payroll process this week, so you guys will get paid on Friday again.
Oh, thank you.
Strong word.
Yeah.
Whoever contacts us. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, item 6, introduction of legislation containing a statement of emergency.
Mr. Ring,
Mr. Hannan.
can I make a motion to suspend the rules on T7686, T7695, and, sorry, not T7686 because that's first reading. So T7695 and T7696.
Second.
I have a first and a second to suspend the rules of 3 read.
Time spent.
Yeah,
that's
whatever.
For T6795 and T6796. Bridget, please call roll.
Someone's got to fill in the adjustment.
Mr. Hannan?
Yes.
Ms. Glenn?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Ms. Wagner?
Yes.
Mr. Lombardo?
Yes.
Mr. Mishniak?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Ring?
Yes.
Those rules are suspended.
Very good. All right, item A has been moved to first reading, so item B, T7695, purchase new firefighter PPE from Phoenix Safety Outfitters. Bridget, can you please read by title?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract without competitive bidding with Phoenix Safety Outfitters for the purchase of 3 sets of personal protective equipment for use by the fire department in an amount not to exceed $10,494 and declaring an emergency in order to expedite the purchase.
Motion to adopt the legislation.
Second.
I have, Mr. Mishniak is a first, and Mr. Hannan is a second to adopt the legislation. Ms. Pavlik, please call roll.
Sure thing. Mr. Mishniak?
Yes.
Mr. Hannan?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Ms. Wagner?
Yes.
Mr. Lombardo?
Yes.
Ms. Glenn?
Yes.
Mr. Ring?
Yes. T7695 now becomes ordinance 2024-165.
You remembered
I didn't know who to put it on.
Did
so-
you remember it, or did she tell you that it was 165?
I saw it earlier on the paper.
Man, we were hoping you couldn't find it. Good job.
I didn't know who to put it on,
You were
so
taking
I
side
put it on
bets.
my own.
We were taking side bets, but he found it. John said you'd find it, so he was right.
I wouldn't be surprised if you remembered it. though.
Thank you. All right, item C, T7696, purchase new sewer vac truck. Bridget, please read by title.
6. Okay. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Brown Equipment Company for a lease purchase of 1 sewer equipment of America Model 900-ECO SA SPP truck for an amount not to exceed $514,092 and declaring an emergency in order to purchase the vehicle and put it into use as soon as possible.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Mr. Hannan is first and Mr. Lombardo is second to adopt. Bridget, please call roll.
Mr. Hannan?
Yes.
Mr. Lombardo?
Yes.
Ms. Glenn?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Ms. Wagner?
Yes.
Mr. Mishniak?
Yes.
Mr. Ring?
Yes. T7696 now becomes ordinance 2024-166. All right, moving on to item 7, first read. T7686, amend building permit fees. Bridget, please read by title.
Okay, I'm just gonna wait here. Okay. An ordinance amending sections 149.02, 149.03, 149.04, and 149.05 of Title V, Part 1 Administrative Code of the Codified Ordinances relating to building permit fees and declaring an emergency in order to make the fee revisions effective as soon as possible.
Item 8, second reading, there are none. Item 9, third reading. T7681, encroachment rights, 9233 State Route 14. Bridget, please read by title.
Okay. An ordinance granting an encroachment permit to RHS Development, Inc. to occupy and use a portion of the public right-of-way of Streetsboro Public Square for the installation, maintenance, and operation of a customer parking lot accessory to a commercial property at 9233 State Route 14.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Mr. Hannan is the first and Ms. Wagner is the second to adopt. Bridget, please call roll.
Mr. Hannan?
Yes.
Ms. Wagner?
Yes.
Mrs. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Lombardo?
Yes.
Ms. Glenn?
Yes.
Mr. Mishniak?
Yes.
Mr. Ring?
Yes. T7681 now becomes ordinance 2024-167. Item T7684, street dedication Meadowview phases 15 through 18.
Justin.
Mr. Ring, may I?
Check out.
Thank you. I would like to request that this be moved to a fourth read, if that's a possibility. We have some language in the long-term maintenance that we still have not worked out with the applicant, well, not the applicant, but with Meadowview. So I would like to move it to another read.
We can just move it, period.
Yeah, we won't read tonight.
I'll make a motion to move this to, is December 30th? There's not a regular council that night, is there?
Yeah, there's.
Is there a regular council then? December 30th meeting.
Is it December 23rd?
No, we moved it to the 30th.
30th, okay.
Yeah. The 30th good? Okay.
Hopefully.
I'll make that motion to move it.
Second.
I have a first,
But you told me.
first and a second to move T7684
I forgot.
to regular council for third reading on the 30th of December. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that is moved.
You seconded that, didn't you, Ms. Glenn?
Ms. Glenn did, yes. All right, item 10, mayor's report. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Ring. Well, first off, thanks to Steve for serving the last year as president of the council. And congratulations to Justin and Tony. Justin on your presidency and Tony on your vice presidency.
Thank you.
Look forward to working with you. When I came in, I gave you guys all a packet, okay? And I had sent you out an email prior and asked your opinion. I gave you 2 samples of proposed flags for the city. And we wanted to keep it minimalist, and we did not want it to be overbearing. We wanted it to be very easy to replicate and do again. And it was decided that we would try and get this one. I talked to the law director, he said we don't need any legislation to adopt it, but I did want to get the okay from you guys, and Greg has a place that you can go and have them made, and we'll have samples, and these will be the new city flag. Never had one before. All right.
I have a question.
Mr. Hannan?
It's hard to read some of the writing on the second page, but is this just the flag setup for the city? hall?
I'm going there right now, John.
Jumping the gun.
If you flip the page, you will see this is a conceptual drawing of the flag plaza that is going to be in front of the new city hall. We wanted to bring a lot of attention to it. The flag plaza itself is going to be almost 100 feet long, and it will feature 5 flags. We will have a POW MIA flag. We'll have the Ohio flag. We'll have the United States flag. We'll have the Streetsboro City flag, and then we will have the flag to honor first responders police, fire, and dispatch as the 5th flag. It's still up in the air how tall the flags are gonna be. We're trying to decide 20, 25, or 30 feet, but it will feature a walkway in front of the flags, extensive landscaping. I know it's kind of hard to see on here, but when you look at it on the west end of it here, there is going to be a huge flower area in there, and it's going to go from 0 elevation up to about 18 inches of elevation where it'll show out to the road. I've already had 3 volunteers that said they'll be more than happy to maintain the flower beds for us. I really wanted it to pop out and look nice. And there'll be a bench around the inside of the wall, on the inside of the back wall, and then we'll have those big bushes that you know what I'm talking about. They look like big torches. They'll be in between. The best part of this thing is that it's going to be built by our service department. It'll be paid for out of the contingency, but all it's going to cost us is materials. The service department was very happy when we expressed to them that, hey, can you guys take this on? And they said, oh, heck yeah, we can. So we're going to get it done at a significant discount. There will still be a smaller flag plaza in front of City Hall, but this one will be out front and it will be facing 14. The other
43.
thing, huh?
43.
43, my bad. And you can, the other ones are just site plans to show you exactly where it's going to be. It'll be a real nice addition to the City Hall. We plan on, that area will be a showcase. The last thing I wanted to talk to you about is we've been going back and forth about the signage and everything out in front of the new City Hall. And I'll have conceptual plans for you in a little bit. They're not quite drawn up, but amongst the team and amongst the architects, and with your assent, we want to call it Gateway Center, not City Center. And the sign will basically be a good sized sign. It'll say Gateway Center on it. And then beside that, it will have more or less a monument, and it'll say City Hall, Fire Station, Splash Pad, Playground, and if you guys have any idea on what to call the oval, I'm kind of at a loss. I don't know what we can name it, something catchy. So if anybody has any thoughts or ideas on what we can call the oval instead of just the oval, that'll be greatly appreciated. But we thought the Gateway Center would, naturally has a play off of our name, and City Center, it just didn't have, to us, it didn't have the same ring. So we're gonna go forward with that and we'll call it the Gateway Center. Okay?
Very good.
Okay.
And thanks to all that took place in Shop with a Cop. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Okay, President of Council's comments. I just have a few. I want to thank the fire department. We had an emergency at my home where I had to call 911, and they responded really quickly and very professionally. So thank you for that. They do a great job, and we're very thankful. Aside from that, I want to thank everybody for electing me to be your president for the next year. Looking forward to serving in that role in my final year. So I'm happy to do that. And congratulations, Mr. Lombardo, on vice president. That's all I have. All right, council member comments. We'll start with Ms. Glenn.
I guess I'm going to say congratulations, Justin, on your new role here as president in your last year. Now that you've announced that officially, I guess. And congratulations to Tanya on his vice presidential role. That's it for tonight.
Thank you. Ms. Wagner?
I echo what she said. Congrats to both of you.
Mr. Missioner?
Yeah, I'll echo the comments. Congrats to you both. I hope that as we all eventually move on to different areas, that they keep their tradition up of trying to rotate the positions to the folks that are interested in them. I think it's good that we give people a chance to serve in different capacities and get that experience. So I hope that future councils try to keep up that tradition. I think it works out in a way it gives everyone who, like I said, who's interested. You don't want to be a committee chair or president, but you don't have to be. But if you voice your interest, I think it's a good idea to try to rotate it to keep people, serving in different capacities in areas they like. But congrats, gentlemen. That's all I have.
Mr. Heenan?
Thank you, Mr. Ring. Congratulations, guys. Mr. Ring, thank you for the appointment to the Finance Committee Chair. I know that was probably hard for you to give up, seeing that I think you've been on for, 6 years, or 5 years, and you've done it all 5 years. I'll try to live up to your job in this role, but I'll definitely ask questions. Thank you for that appointment. I put out, but for the last 5 years, I've been putting out a holiday lighting contest. I put that out today, so if anyone's interested or has any cool displays that they want to enter into my little contest, chance to win $25 gift card. Just something to brighten the holidays for some people and show off their displays. On that note, though, I've actually been last couple of years I've been getting more into the Christmas lights and stuff like that. I've been decorating my home more and all that. I've been going to different displays. I would really love, now that we're doing the city center or the Gateway Center, if you drive around other city halls, they all have some sort of Christmas lights on there.
We're on it.
Yes.
I would love to see that. I love the display at the square, but I've noticed what the other cities do is they have it in their park or at their city hall, something where you can walk around or drive around. I think that'd be great for Streetsboro to have, but it's good to hear that you guys are already on that. Mayor?
We actually had electricity put in this office so that we can
Awesome.
run the lights. Yeah, it was already in the plans.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that'll look great. I know that there's a lot of things out there like permanent Christmas lights, stuff like that for homes and all that, but obviously we don't want that on our city hall all the time. But I think that's great that you guys are looking into that. And just like, I think with maybe a city park or somewhere on the city center, I think having more, displays, obviously those are expensive and whatnot, but just, it'd be great for a place for people to come and drive around and look at Christmas lights. Mayor?
We are also having a 12-foot evergreen placed that will be the city Christmas tree.
That's
It'll
awesome.
be, as you're coming into Main Drive, it'll be basically right on that peninsula. And they wanted to do an 8-foot, and 8-foot ain't gonna work, so we went with a 12-foot. They grow about a foot a year, and, we'll make sure that it stays with the real nice shape of a Christmas tree, and it'll be decorated on an annual basis along with the rest of the lights.
Yeah, I actually just went to a place in Medina, which I've never been to Medina, but their little square has a Christmas tree under a gazebo, and it's like their city Christmas tree, which is
There you
kind of
go.
cool. But that's great to hear that we're going to have something that's
Well, one of the things that we want to think about for next year, and a lot of our decorations are getting outdated, and I'd like to see if we can reserve something for next year. Maybe not 25, but 26, because we didn't do it this year, to replace, and we're actually gonna have to find something to pay for lighting at Gateway Center and those places too. I don't know if any of you guys have driven to Macedonia,
I just went there the other day,
but
yesterday.
you should see what they've got in the park over there. It is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, what they have in there, it's about $250,000 worth of stuff. Greg can attest. We looked at new decorations and stuff, and even the smallest ones are $800 to $1,000 a piece. it's not cheap. So it would be something that we would have to do over a period of time, but to devote, some significant amount of money if we want to get up to that point. So, I mean, it's just something to keep in the back of your head, but we're all about it, okay?
I appreciate it.
A question. Couldn't we look at buying decorations at the end of the year when things are more at clearance prices? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you can get them at a clearance price, so you could save some money there.
We're all over
Even
it.
like what Twinsburg did with their city hall, where they have those spotlights.
Yep.
We use them for every holiday. When it's police week, we light up the whole station in blue. For New Orleans, like every holiday, and it's just spotlights going across the whole city hall, which is nice.
I actually drove through Macedonia and Twinsburg yesterday.
Twinsburg Square is a little distracting
It is.
sometimes when you're
It
looking
is.
with some of it. It's
At
got
the
a lot.
square or at the city hall?
So City Hall is just like the spotlights that light up the entire City Hall, like straight up lights. So they even change them and they move different colors and do different dancing things. But they use them for every holiday, everything that's going on. They're lit up all year long. Sometimes just white, sometimes yellow for dispatch week, blue, red, different whatever. They can use different things. But then the square is all kinds of lights. Like
the square
they
is
have like
crazy.
dangly
I got a question
lights.
for you guys.
It's very
For
crazy.
the lights around, lights in the soffits and stuff like that, plain old white or multicolor?
I think if you can do both, so you can have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have an ongoing fight with my wife.
Most of the lights now are changeable. I
Yeah.
like the white light, but I mean I'm
man.
one of.
I would say white.
Multicolor's nice.
But I think for the holiday, I think for Christmas time,
No, you just put lights in that you can.
But right, they do have that where they change. It's like on all the
Yeah,
Christmas
but I
trees.
think you can use your phone and change the lighting.
Okay.
So you
Right.
could do red, white, and
Well,
blue for like.
Greg will
4th
do
of
some
July.
research. We'll get some stuff to you guys to take a look at.
yeah.
Okay?
I know obviously it took up a lot of time, but maybe sometime next year we can talk about future lighting projects, stuff like that for the
Check
holidays.
clearance prices.
Put it on
The
the
end of the
agenda,
year.
would you?
Yeah, I just said we should mark an agenda for lights.
Marianne, we'll put it on a service meeting sometime early in
Okay.
the year.
Sounds
Talk
good.
about it. Thank you, Mr. Ring,
When
for
the
giving me the
sale
time.
prices start.
Jen's on
Well,
it.
give us about,
Black Friday.
give us about a month, and that way we can do some research, and we can bring some samples for you guys and let you see some prices and stuff too, okay?
Mr. Meidinger.
Usually about February or March is when I start getting the pre-sale stuff.
Nice.
Otherwise, so we would be able to get pricing and set budget and kind of get all those orders in real early. We've already discussed lighting up the fire department and city hall at the same time, outlining the buildings and then having stuff for the owners.
So I had one more thing on the holiday lighting contest. I added a new category this year. It's the largest decoration because there's a trend going around where people are buying the largest possible inflatable that they can buy.
Christ.
Now, if anybody sees a inflatable rolling down some main road, I have nothing to do with it. All right, I'm just
You caused it.
capitalizing on what people are already doing. But,
TikTok.
yeah.
I still have a 12-foot beach ball in my
You
office.
still have that?
Seriously?
Nobody claimed it.
Put some Christmas lights on it. Put it outside.
Thank you, Mr. Haney. Ms. McDaniel.
Congratulations to everybody on their roles for 2025 here on council, and I'll reserve my opinion on Christmas lights. I do love them, but I will fight to keep our nativity scene.
There's no fight to it.
Oh, no, that's staying. We're just talking, we're adding
Any
two.
comments, I'll let you do white lights, colored lights, whatever, but I will always vouch for our wonderful nativity scene. It's very important to keep that.
You never have to worry about that.
Thank you, Ms. McDaniel. Mr. Lombardo.
I was gonna take Chief Reinholtz's time, but I think John Hannon did, so I'm gonna try to make this quick.
Already flexing on you now, these VPs.
Throwing some shade, man.
So last week I was involved in a little motor vehicle accident, and the police and fire came. They did a great job, real professional. So I wanted to give a shout out to them for their quick, rapid response all the way over by Walmart. What was it?
He was not at fault.
No, believe it or not. Let's see, snow plowing, awesome job to Mr. Miller and his team. They kept the roads real good. I was really impressed, and everybody on Facebook always said, Streetsboro is great, but when I went to the other city, it was horrible, so awesome work there. Mayor and all directors, happy holidays. If we don't see each other again, it was a good year. So thank you for all of your hard work with us. And lastly, thank you for the nomination of vice president. I'm looking forward to it. We have a great team up here, and we're gonna do a lot of good things, better than what we've done before. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Lombardo.
And congratulations to you as well.
Thank you, sir. All right, item 13, announcements. There will be a I should say there will be a special finance committee and a special council meeting next Monday, the 16th of December, 2024, at 6 p.m. There will also be a finance committee and a regular council meeting Monday, December 30th, 2024, at 7 p.m. The fire department will be hosting Santa on the fire truck on December 14th. Check with Parks and Rec for times. City Hall offices will be closed December 24th and 25th for the Christmas holidays and January 1st for New Year's Day.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
First and second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Hearing none, we are adjourned. Oh, he wants to stay longer.
He was the one that said 7:45.
yes.
That was 8:15, you were right. I blame Mr. Hannon.